So please give a warm welcome to Gaby, Roslin, Hattie Brett, Editor-in-Chief of Grazia, and Ruth House, Head of Paid Media from Pandora. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, how are you all doing? Perfect sunny day to be inside. It's lovely to see you all here. I'm Gaby Roslin. I'm here with my magic radio hat on. Delighted to be part of Bauer and so thrilled to be part of Magic Radio on Saturday mornings. And what's so fantastic is I'm learning so much about this world as well. And two great brands sitting next to me. I really do wear Pandora and I really do read Grazia. So there we go. There we go. We have Hattie Brett from Grazia and we have Ruth House from Pandora. Welcome, both of you. Lovely to have you. Look, we're very close. It looks like we don't want to be friends with you.
It's okay. We know we're all friends.
No, yeah.
We are.
Yeah. Ruth, if I may start. Now, can you tell us what you're looking for with Pandora and when you're launching a new campaign and obviously partnering with the new media?
Yeah, of course. So when we're putting together a new campaign, there's lots of things that we consider, but the first two big areas that we look at are what's the objective, what do we want to do with the campaign, and then secondly, who are we talking to with the campaign. So for the last couple of years, both of these have stayed consistent. So primarily we're trying to drive consideration as a brand, and we're trying to do it with women who have little to no consideration of the brand. The women that we talk to, they vary in age, but there's a lot of consistencies with them. They're stylish, they're confident, they're looking at trends, they're looking for inspiration. But they're also looking for reassurance as well. What do I wear for work? What do I wear at weddings? What do I wear at home? What are the different looks? How do I style it, etc. So when we were thinking about sort of the places and spaces that we need to be playing in, it was really, okay, we need to go to her. We need to go into her most trusted environment. And that's when obviously Grazia was top of that list. We know the audience love your content. They're obsessed with what you and your editors are putting together. So for us, it was an absolute no-brainer to work with Grazia.
Thank you. Oh, isn't that wonderful to hear? Yeah. So lovely seeing you sitting opposite each other and actually hearing that, so it makes it all reality. So for you, let's ask you the same question. You and Pandora together.
Do you know what? Pandora has been a brilliant relationship. We have, I think, a really shared synergy about the women that you want to reach and who the Grazia audience is. And I think we're really crystal clear on who that woman is that we're talking to. She is 25 to 45, smart, stylish, careerist, influential in her home life, in her office life, but as a result, pressured and time poor and looks to Grazia to help her edit her choices, to buy something. Fashion's still the number one reason why she comes to Grazia, but also I think for the warmth and the reassurance and the joy that we try and bring her through the content that we create. And I think when we were looking at our audience for our 20th birthday, which was in February, we did a piece of research about...
Birthday.
Thank you. 20 years young, I'd like to say. We did a piece of research about the Grazia woman, that AB millennial woman that we're talking to, very much about her, not about Grazia. And I think there were some really interesting things that came through with Pandora in mind. One was jewellery is still a real sweet spot in terms of self-gifting. Actually, they're not waiting for somebody to buy it for them anymore. They are buying it for themselves, which I think is really nice. And they talked about that sweet spot £300 mark. They talked about loving brands that stand for something, that use their platform for good. And I think from all the work we've done, we know that Pandora have put sustainability at the heart of what they've done. And that's not kind of greenwashing, that's a genuine long-term commitment to sustainability, which I think is so powerful. And the third thing is joy. I've already talked about it, but that sense of our audience are telling us that they're slightly kind of disenfranchised with the world and they look for content that helps them escape and helps them discover something. And I think we see that with Pandora's personalization and the spiritual side of Pandora that I think as well we don't necessarily talk about enough.
Wonderful. You used my favourite word, joy, there. Can we just talk about the campaign itself and how you went about it?
Yep, so as a brand, we are the world's largest jewellery brand. Many people don't know that. We've got amazing awareness.
The world's largest
jewellery brand. Just a
That's
small
quite a
plug
line.
there. So we've got amazing awareness. It sits in about the 60% from an AIDA perspective, but it's consideration where we're falling down. There's so many women who just don't think we're a brand for them. They think we're just silver charms and carriers. And that's such an important part of our business, but they don't know we have so much other products that's right for them. We've got rings, we've got earrings, we've got necklaces, we've got bracelets that don't have charms. We've got gold, we've got diamonds. I could go on, but I won't. I'm literally dripping in Pandora if it's not obvious. So it's just really about demonstrating.
So much, yes, that one is, yeah.
I love it, and the bracelet
And the
as well. So it's really about demonstrating to this wide, amazing, female empowered group that here are the products that are really right for you. So when we were thinking about the different partners and different places and spaces, one of the most powerful things that we have with the Grazia partnership is we actually went, look, here are all the things that we want to talk about as a product and as a brand. We want to talk about our brand heritage. Not many people know we're actually a Danish company. Scandie's very in at the moment. How do we dial that up? It was a big feature for us last year. Here's all of our different products. As you said, we've got diamonds, we've got Essence, which is our gold forward range that came out last year. Help us to understand how we communicate that to audiences is a really powerful, authentic, credible way. You guys went away and worked on a load of stuff, and then we came up with an amazing 360 campaign that ran the whole of last year. We had print, we had digital, we had social, and I think that's where the power of the partnership came in. It was a real collaboration. It wasn't just us pushing our message. It was like, how do we work together to create this authentic work?
Can we talk about, from your magazine side, how they can offer brands like Pandora what you do, what you can offer this, as opposed to other types of media?
Well, I think what has been really interesting about working with Pandora is, and you've just articulated it so well, Ruth, you're incredibly self-aware as a company, and you came to us with a really clear brief. And actually, that is the dream for my team, because we can then really hear what you're saying to us and go away and do what we do all day, every day, and think about how we connect that message to our audiences. So that was the first thing I loved about it, was genuinely like, okay, the message from Pandora is we want to drive breadth of product, we want to drive desirability, we want to really make the Grazia woman reappraise what she thinks about Pandora. And I think rightly so, because actually, I mean, genuinely, I'm not wearing these today because we're on a panel. I wear these every day. And so many times people say to me, oh, I love those earrings, where are they from? And when I say Pandora, you know, they're like, wow, amazing. So I think driving that desirability and that breadth of product was really the core of this campaign. And the fashion team did that brilliantly, both in beautiful glossy shoots, choosing the key pieces, shooting them in the premium way that they deserved in print. And in print, we definitely see that as discoverability. You know, someone's going to print and we introduce them to something new. And then in digital, we were very targeted around who the audience is, what they're searching for, how we can deliver them brilliant content against that. So lots of social video, with the fashion team front and center of that, showing how they can style Pandora for everyday occasions, because I think that's really important for the audience we're talking to. Yes, they want to know that it's premium and beautiful, but they want to know how to wear it as well, and putting the fashion team front and center of that helps give credibility and authenticity, I think, to that campaign.
Can we talk about how publishing enables commercial partnerships and how that all works, if we may, please?
Yeah, so, I mean, first of all, we're experts in our audience. So I think whether that's Magic or Grazia at Bauer, that is what the editorial team will tell you. We know how to speak to our audience in a way that gets that message across. And we're very good at doing that. I think we now can deliver lots of different platforms. So we can, as I say, like make someone influenced by turning the page, and we see that, but we can also be really clearly targeted in our social activation using tools like Illuminate, for example, our data-driven Bauer ad platform, where we can find those audiences across the Bauer network and really speak to them. So if you've got kind of targeted reach, but you've also got brilliant content, that is the perfect pairing, I think.
Okay, everybody in the room is going to want to know, what were the results? How did this work?
They were fantastic.
They were.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
So not only did we create such beautifully stunning, visually amazing creative, we were able to increase our consideration by 16%, which is one of our biggest objectives. We also increased brand affinity, brand purchase, etc. So from a Pandora perspective, it absolutely smashed it.
Well, that's pretty good result. 16%, that's actually a massive amount.
Yeah.
Massive amount. Does anybody want to ask anything from the floor? Anybody put a hand up and want to ask anything? Please do, because you have these two fabulous ladies here. Nobody's going to ask you anything. Oh, yes, thank you.
So I don't need it. Thank you. So you're looking for authentic content, right? How do you do it at scale?
How do we do it at scale?
Yeah.
By
You have
you.
to scale up at one point, right?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, we have scale at Grazia across print and digital, but we also use tools like Illuminate, which is the Bauer platform, where we can look at specific audience types across the Bauer network and deliver that to clients.
What about on social?
Yeah, so paid social is part of our campaigns as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You do have a mighty fine voice. You don't need a microphone.
I've read my whole life through.
That's fabulous. Well, it was worth it. Trust me, it was worth it. So what's next for your future together?
Our future.
Our personal future?
We're going to go sit in the sun for 10 minutes after this.
Perfect. I think everybody should, just for 10 minutes.
Yeah, get some vitamin D. We have loads of ideas in the pipeline that, again, I think one of the things that has worked so well about this partnership is genuinely editorial, our commercial team and the Pandora team sitting down together and talking to each other. I think, you know, some people might balk at me saying that as an editorial person, but for me it's really important actually that editorial people are in the room helping shape that content.
Makes sense, though. That
right?
totally makes sense. Instead of all just being on your own somewhere, just saying, right, and being, you know, single-minded and not focused on the whole picture. Because these days it has to be the whole thing, doesn't it, all together?
Yeah,
Don't you find that as well?
We need to continue to blur the lines between commercial and editorial, and that's one of the reasons that, as we keep saying, the partnership has worked so well and will continue to work well as we move into 2025. There's so many amazing things that we're going to be doing. Again, full 360. It's not just print, it's not just digital. We have to be thinking about the whole ecosystem, but we have to be doing it as a partnership. We went in and saw the editorial and the commercial teams at the end of last year, and we went, this is our year for next year. Help us understand how to reach our audiences. Again, we're trying not to think of each other as two sides. We're in it together.
That's fantastic. And obviously with my radio head on as well, that the fact that we can all work together is how the future is going to be. You can't just work on your own. Just go, oh, well, we'll just do this, or no, we'll just try it. It doesn't work like that anymore. It's
also,
moving.
Yeah, I think it also delivers content that works for the commercial clients, for me, editorial, and for our audience as well. So we have some brilliant examples with Pandora, but other brands as well, where we have created content where the fashion team are front and center. We've been so proud of it. We've put it organically on our social and it's got 2.3 million views. And like, that's brilliant, right? Because we've provided great content for the audience. It helps me because my publisher who's over there sets my targets on social, which are about engagement, and it helps the client because they get massive reach from it. So for me, that's what the power of this partnership is really understanding each other and being able to translate that to our audience.
You didn't see, but your publisher just gave a huge smile. I'm really happy. Any more questions before we finished? Anybody? Yes.
Hi. You talked about wanting to be known more than just the charms on bracelets and the impact they with 13% on retail sales. Did you see that impact your SKUs on other jewellery lines?
Yes, the majority of our customers do still come in from a silver charms and carriers perspective, and that is such an amazing part of our business. It's about 60%. It's our heartland. We're absolutely never going to move away from that, but we want to be known more as a full jewellery house or full jewellery brand. Again, as I said, we've just got so much more to offer. So we are seeing people start to select earrings here or maybe a necklace over there to sort of complement the looks that they've already got. We're well aware that a lot of consumers will wear mixed brands. We want to be part of that. We want to be on that consideration set. So to answer your question, we're seeing both. We're seeing people still coming in with silver charms and carriers, but more people embracing the other products and other lines that we have. especially from a gold perspective. Our gold range has grown something like 200-300% in the last 5 years. We're really much more forward in that space at a price point which is affordable to our consumers. So again, that's what we're trying to educate consumers to understand about our brand.
The wonderful thing from being on the outside for both of your brands is that you don't alienate the people who you're not expecting, and you embrace them, both of you. You embrace them and say, come on in and see what we can do. And I think possibly that's what we all need. All brands need that together, working together. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Very much for being here.